All right, it's time for a culture whip around with the one and only Raymond Arroyo, Fox News contributor. Raymond, I want to start with this federal judge ruling against the College of the Ozarks, which is a Christian school. Last year, the college challenged a HUD memo that would allow biological male students to live in female dorms. But the recent ruling by the U.S. Court of Appeals essentially gives the green light to the for co-ed college dorms in the name of honoring gender identity. I don't think parents are paying tens of thousands of dollars to send their kids off to a mixed gender playground, but what say you?
Well, they might be, Jason. We have to see. But look, all of this stems from a Biden executive order. And in it, he basically equated sex with gender identity. So statutes, Title IX, that was put there to protect girls from sexual bias in hiring, in the workplace, in education, they've applied that now to anyone identifying as female, or as male if you're female biologically. So, you know, we're talking about co-ed accommodations in college. How about no-ed accommodations? Because the focus here is clearly not on education. Dorms were created to give these students safety and a place where they could study and be educated in a safe environment. That's out the window when you start allowing biological males into a female dormitory at a Christian school. The other layer here is all of the religious exemptions have been removed, blown out by Joe Biden here, and that also needs some careful scrutiny.
No, the religious liberty and the idea that you could send your son or your daughter into a school and that they have rules or that they can make their own decisions, but to force this is just crazy. All right, we got to move on. Hollywood, they have a new trend, surprise, surprise, making excuses. More and more actors are using their mental health to get out of obligations. Jonah Hill, for instance, told Deadline, "You won't see me out there promoting the films or any of my upcoming films while I take this important step to protect myself."
Yeah, Jason, your actor Tom Holland made a similar announcement this week on social media. Watch.
I have taken a break from social media for my mental health, because I find Instagram and Twitter to be overstimulating, to be overwhelming. I get caught up and I spiral when I read things about me online. And ultimately, it's very detrimental to my mental state.
It probably affects all of our mental health, all this social media, don't you think?
Yeah, well, look, Tom Holland, he's got a point there. And any young person grappling with social media, look, it's narcissistic, it's nasty. I appreciate him saying, you know what, I'm going to step back from this for my own well-being. That's perfectly acceptable. But when you get into major stars, actors whose part of their job is to promote the film that they've been paid a lot of money to star in, when they begin to opt out of working, citing their anxiety, Jason, I don't know about you, but I get anxious every morning. I'm sure heart surgeons get anxious before they go into surgery, but you don't drop the tools and walk out of the operating room. I mean, you have to stay in the game and do your job. Shawn Mendes, the big singer, he's out on a concert tour. Guy's worth $40 million. He's suspending the tour because he says the tour makes him anxious. The road makes him anxious. He said this: "It has always been difficult to be on the road away from friends and family." Well, try a military deployment multiple times and call us in the morning. I mean, come on.
Yeah, that's
and Jason,
right.
I know
away from your
Yeah, you're away from your family for months at a time, years at a time in some cases. Yeah. Jason, I know you touched on the border earlier. We actually have a breaking update I need to share with you. This is a Fox News alert. The wall is finally going up. The Department of Homeland Security just announced, at taxpayers' expense, a $500,000 wall will be built around Joe Biden's beach house in Rehoboth Beach in Maryland.
Whoa,
not the wall you were looking for, Jason.
The wall. Yes, I'm glad they're going. But I thought Joe Biden said they weren't going to spend a penny on the wall, but evidently they are.
Yeah, this is the man who stopped the construction of the wall. In the Yuma region, Arizona is paying for its own, paying millions of dollars to fill 3,000 feet of gaps in that wall. And meanwhile, Joe Biden gets a taxpayer ride for his own little wall around the house. I hope they put a moat in as well, just to be sure he and Jill are really safe.
Well, if walls protect people, that's what they should be doing, right? But no, that hypocrisy is just stunning. Look, we want the president and former presidents to be safe, but come on, protecting our country, that would be a good thing too.
Yeah, national security takes a little precedence over beach security, just a little bit, when the taxpayer are footing the bill.
Yeah, very good. Raymond Arroyo, you're the best. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.